Zenitsu, either come with us or stay here, because I'm going, and I'm not leaving Nezuko here either. What? Why not, man? Come on, Tanjiro. Just leave it with me. Please. No. Bye, Zenitsu. Come on, guys. Inosuke. Shut up. These demons are gonna get what they deserve because I'm coming through. Don't run in there like that. Oh, come on, man. I'm not going to be this video except for this little part. Hi, it's me, We Animore Anime Wheat, and I'm here to bring you part 4 of What If Tanjiro Had Wood Breathing. Now, I had to re-record this because my other recording would not post. So here we are again. 2 weeks later. Actually, a week and some days later. Oh, God. It's really hot today. It's like unnecessarily hot where I'm recording. By the way, new mic. You all probably already knew that by now. Um, I was looking at my channel recently. I realized that my private tab, I didn't know I had a private video tab, but apparently I did. And a video from like one of my first like what ifs was in there, and I do not know why it was on private, like at all. I don't know why, but now it's posted many of years later. Well, a year later. I don't, 2 years later? Nearly 2 years? Yeah, I think 2 years. Yeah, probably 2 years, but no, it was part 9, so it was not 2 years yet. Eh, doesn't matter. You all get what I'm saying, anyways, hopefully. Imagine. You all didn't know what I'm saying. Yeah, really. You'll always know it. I don't. Any of you know what I'm saying half the time. But yeah, I got a new mic. Background noise might be there. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, without further ado, I believe we should get into this video right now after I get a drink of water. I like water. Do you all like water? I like water. I hope background noise isn't picking up, but I have a feeling it might be. Why are you all doing this? Brick! Nosuke, remember, don't take them out. Cut the threads above their heads. Well, bodies. I know what to do, Manjiro. So you don't have to boss me all the time. That's not. That was a sucky Inosuke. That's what he would say. I was just reminding you. Hey, Murata. Yes, Tanjiro? You doing okay over there? Protecting her okay? Yeah, I got her. I mean, given her leg is still broken, but she's alive. Still unconscious, though. Is the thing okay? Wait, there's more people. Hey, Guys! Oh, more of these two guys. They're over here. Well, people are over here. Wait, really? Let's go! More, multiple demon slayers around 10-ish. A small group of demon slayers would arrive to help out these three um, to just get rid of all of the threads attached to these fallen demon slayers. Thank you all. Inosuke, you ready? I know it. Yeah. Crap. This place smells too much like demons. I don't know where to go. I got it, Manjiro. At least you keep the same name, even if it's still very wrong. I like to be consistent. What? What? Never mind. I'll find them. I will be the mountain lord. Beast breathing. Seventh form. Seventh fang, I mean. Spatial awareness. He would use spatial awareness to figure out where demons would be. Where they would first, well, where they would find the father spider demon. That guy. You know, the father of like the spider demon. Yeah. We're doing Mount Naguma. Y'all know that? I'm joking. You all already know that. But either way, yeah, that's what we're doing. Anyways, they would these two would start running, leaving the other group of demon slayers there to rest and well, in case the fallen ones would get back up again via the threads, they would stop them. They would keep on going throughout the forest, eventually finding this bulky, large demon, which would roar in their faces as they would arrive. Inosuke would do it back. So, demon slayers have actually went through the forest. The amount I've slain, eaten, devoured is way more than you all will ever believe. You two pipsqueaks. Pipsqueak? Is he calling me a pipsqueak? I believe so. You're going down, for I am Lord Inosuke. He would run in quickly. Oh crap! I went to the wrong page. Well, now you all are just well, you have probably been paying attention. Hopefully, there it is. Inosuke would run in with his dual serrated blades leaping high and bringing them both down as the father demon would just step out of the way, but Inosuke would bring him back through to double like a double slice, horizontal slice to the arms, which would they would be caught in like a quarter deep into the massive forearms of the father demon. As then not Inosuke, Tanjiro would come up quickly, as he would say, wood breathing. Second form, warping willow. He would spin quickly, going straight for the head, but the demon's right arm would come up and catch the blade as Tanjiro's body, the way he was going around, he would be caught and slung. The blade would tear out, and Tanjiro would land, spinning again, ending up behind the father demon. As he would, well, Tanjiro would say, "Okay, your skin is way tougher than I'd ever thought." Inosuke's blades are still stuck in the other arm, so the other demon would just lift him up and strike Inosuke in the gut, sending him flying. The blades would be left there, and the father demon would just rip him out and just throw him to the side. As then Tanjiro would rush up, wood breathing, fourth form, sailing cedar slash. He would rush up, leap in the air, flip, boom, going straight for the head. But yet, it would not work. The cedar needles that would follow Tundra would end up being like a serpent's head, as it would bite down, but yet its jaw wouldn't pierce. Well, the fangs wouldn't pierce the neck of the father demon. Really? I've only been doing this for like a month or two. Like, I've trained for so many years, 2 years. Really? All the other demons I had to fight weren't this big. Get away from me, freak. The father demon would rush up, trying to slam down its massive, well, the fist down on Tanjiro. Tanjiro would leap backwards and then rush up again. Wood breathing. Fifth form. White cherry flash. India behind him in a quick manner. He would zoom, flash behind him, and then click. Blood would splurt out on the demon's father demon's neck, but his head wouldn't fall. Beast breathing. First bang. Pierce. Boom. Both blades would reel back and head straight for the neck. The father demon would catch him in the forearm again, but only one this time, since quick enough Inosuke could reach up the second blade and just start whamming down onto the forearm, creating serrations all over its arm, but they would heal in an instant. I need to go quicker. Since strength isn't working, maybe flexibility. I'll move around like a branch in a windstorm. Okay, I don't. Maybe if I just cut at its limbs, and then Inosuke could possibly. Oh no, there goes. Inosuke would have been thrown away again, but landing on his feet a little bits away, Tanjiro would click with a quick. I would think quickly. Inosuke, follow me! Running out of the river they were in onto land, Inosuke would still run up the river creek. What are we doing? Tanjiro, just hold on. Boom! With a burst of speed, he would end up going quickly and then at a tree, at the stump of it, would slice it off as Inosuke would run ahead and then stop turn as Tanjiro then would get behind the tree and kick it with like a Spartan kick style. Just boom! It would tumble the way that the father demon was coming. Water would splash into the air. Man, did that work? Either way, even if it didn't, we gotta make some room. We gotta think of a plan, Inosuke. He's lifting the tree. He would throw the tree back at them. Um, you all get my point. It threw the tree back at them. Why back at us? They would both move out of the way. Tundra would run into the trees to his right, loop around quickly as Inosuke would charge up ahead, ending up behind the father demon. Tundra would say, wood breathing, eighth form, slow to escape, locust. And then he would, as fast as he would slash at every joint that he could get his blade to. Back of the knees, ankles, elbows, wrist. Um, I'm trying to think of joints, shoulders, fingers, anywhere he could just slash at, making this behemoth move slower. From the ground, from, well, to everyone else's, like, what Tanjiro sees, because I've realized they didn't do that. They didn't, like, describe it. So, yeah. Roots of a tree would pierce the back of, well, where Tanjiro sliced, just straight through it. Just, it would blast straight through the back of the knees, erupting from the front and ankles. It would go straight through the back of the ankle, straight through the Achilles, like tendon, straight through it. Inosuke is at the front, just using crazy cutting. I don't remember what fang that is. Maybe it was fifth fang. I don't remember exactly. I don't exactly remember. So, yeah. Just slashing rapidly. The Father Demon would catch well, he would grab Inosuke by the head and throw him to the side. splashing into the water, rolling and crashing against a couple rocks at the edge, and then getting up, getting up on the shore, standing there, and then he would watch the father demon quickly turn around, bring its right fist to the other side of its body, and back him the crap out of Tanjiro, sending him into trees, the forest beside him, straight through it, just crashing into trees and branches, going straight through them. He would get cut up as he would land by, well, rocks or branches that he would roll over with the speed he's going at. It would not feel good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. uh, Okay. Yeah. He would sniff the air. Wait a second. That smell. Is it the crap? He would move out of the way quickly as threads, well, spider webs, like the strings, would shoot down trying to uh, tie up Tanjiro, which he would dodge, cut. Well, I guess I know where I am. Let's go take care of this one. In the box. Cracked. I don't believe sunlight will go through. Once I get close enough. The smell's getting stronger. I'll set. Hey, Nezuko, if, well, you'll know when to help out if I need it. Smelling the air again and rushing into the direction as fast as he could go at the very moment now. Total concentration breathing. Ninth form. Well, wood breathing. Did he say total concentration wood breathing? I forget what he says. Because I've been saying total concentration breathing, like wood breathing ninth form, or like whatever form it is. But I don't believe that's how that actually goes. I don't remember is the issue. I don't remember. I'm gonna say whatever. Total concentration. Wood breathing. Ninth form. Forest. Forest crown. To the mother demon, just a strong gust of wind just blown through, as then she would then hear two steps behind her, but then to her, after the strong wind, nothing would be there. It would just be an endless forest. Nothing would be there. No more threads she had to control. The moonlight would shine through the opening of the trees. It would be peaceful. But then she would hear the steps again, turning, and then to her vision, her head would fall. Don't roll a little bit, and now seeing a face she didn't recognize. Looked down at her, putting a hand on her head, and she wouldn't hear the words that he said, but reading his lips, he would say, I'm sorry that your life had to end up being like this, and now may you rest in peace. The moonlight would all, well, the boy's face, the moonlight, the trees would all fade into nothing. And then steps would be heard running away from that area. Tanjiro would look to see nothing. He heard the steps though. Nezuko, what are you doing? I don't. Yeah, yeah. You okay from the fall? Well, me being tossed hard. That hurt. I think it may have broke a couple of ribs. Well, do you have the box still? She would be holding it, handing it to Tanjiro, who would walk over to the rock that this demon was sitting on, well, standing, sitting on, and just set it there, right beside it. Sit down on the rock for a second, as he then would say, You know, Nezuko, I'm really happy we met um, Inosuke and Zenitsu. Truly am. It's been real good company. I hope those two make it out of here. I hope they live good long lives. I don't know about me though. By the way my path is treating me, I don't know if I'll live past 25, especially if, well, before I go, I'm making my dreams and turn you back to a human, and I'm taking Muzan Kibitsuji off of this world. And then he would feel something drip onto his arm, looking down, blood. And as then he would then look up, he would then see hanging in the air his sister, Nezuko, reds wrapping around her legs and arms, cutting into her. And then a voice would say, Oh, so you're the one who my sister told me about. Yeah. Who is who is that to you? That's my sister. Now put her down. You know what, human? I'll make you a deal. You let me have her for her to become my new sister, and I'll let you live. How about that? How about you just put her down, or I take off your head? Now, you were gonna do that anyways. But see, I see that you're cut up, so I could always force your sister to be mine and make her watch her brother go away forever. In a flash, Tundra would be gone, but then he would reappear a couple feet ahead, but now there's five of them. Oh, nice party trick. But that won't work on me. Threads would come out of his fingers as his nails would grow longer as well, and he would slash all three of these, well, all five of them in an instant. But as he would, the threads would just go through them, as then they would lose the illusion esque of them looking like Tanjiro, them being white petals of a cherry blossom. As they would flow in the trees into the air. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Rui, is that how you say it? Rui? You know the spider demon, lower number 6. Rui would then feel his neck and a slash would be made and blood would drip a little bit. As then he would look behind him, seeing Tanjiro there, standing there, blade drawn again. Nice trick, but that won't be good enough. So I'll give you one last chance. Let her become mine. Yeah, no. I don't make deals with demons. And then the whistle from Tandra's breath would let out, and then rushing up quickly, Rui would just fire off um, webs at Tanjiro, who would duck low, spin, and he would slash with his a blade, a arcing slash upwards, twisting, trying to slash up. He would miss, taking off, but in that turn, he would just take off Rui's arms, and then spin again as he would stand up, bringing his left leg into Rui's gut, or attempting to, because Rui's hands would just grab the foot, and they would kind of be contesting with strength, with Tanjiro's power, strength. Uh, he would try to be pushing him away, but he's, even though he is quite literally like a superhuman level strength, that won't help you. Well, that didn't help him this time. He would be lifted off the ground by his ankle and just slammed upward, thunking against a large tree, and then thrown away, crashing into the ground, rolling backwards, back onto his feet, blade in hand. Okay, probably should have saw that coming at some point. Rushing up quickly again, he would say, wood breathing, second form, warping willow, spinning quickly and trying to slash at the neck. Rui would just dodge out of the way, move as we would just move out of the way, dodging it entirely. But Tanjiro would be spinning, will stop his, and he would, stop spinning and then run at Rui quickly as he then would leap upward and say, wood breathing, fourth form, sailing cedar slash, flipping midair as he would rise above, flipping like, well, I said that already. But either way, flipping midair, trying to catch Rui's neck at the blade. Then the threads would just wrap around the blade and throw Tanjiro away. Tanjiro midair would twist, landing on his feet, breathing hard. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, he's strong, all right. Way too strong to be just a regular demon. Plus, his eyes are in a whole entire different manner than other demons. So he must be one of them. What Tama told me. Lower moons, or moons. Yeah, whatever. The 12 moon, upper moons, whatever they are. And then, after a while of Tondro just slashing at webs and getting up close in a while, he would make a mistake. In turn, it would cause him great damage. Tondro went up close, rushed up, slid, reeled back his blade, as then he would say, wood breathing, first form, splintering branches, thrusting multiple times as instead of his blade, roots would rush out of the ground, missing their target over and over again. Rui would just move his head different ways to dodge away from this attack. As then he would grab Tandro's blade, throw it the opposite direction. It would stab into a tree. I hate you, Rui would say. As then he would grab Tandro by the throat, lift him up, and take his right hand and then try to gouge out Tandro's throat, just decapitating him. But Tandro luckily ripped out of the grasp, and in quick thinking, Rui would take his right hand and just slash upwards on Tandro's face twice in quick concession, leaping forward, also try to do this, just slashing upward the left side of his face upwards once. The nails claw like nails would rush up, tearing through the flesh of Tanjiro, up the left eye, straight through it, up to the forehead, and the other slash would go down, doing the same damage to the left eye and left side of Tanjiro's face, halfway tearing open the cheek, exposing some of the inside of his mouth and jaw in this quick just slash. Tanjiro would leap backwards, turn around, just instantly run, not retreating, quickly thinking, taking the scabbard of its blade and just chucking it at Rui, who would just swipe it out of the way. The wood would just scatter of the sheath. As then Tanjiro would grab the blade and run again, quickly, as quick as he could. He could feel his muscles burning, ready to tear at any moment. But yet he would push himself to his limits, doing as much damage as he could. Total concentration breathing. Eighth form. Wait, no, hold on. Total concentration. Wood breathing. Eighth form. Slow to escape. Locust. Roots from the ground, even the limbs off the trees from above would try to rebel against, well, try to attack this foul being known as a demon. Roots from from below would pierce from the back of the knee to through the ankle and then through the legs, both legs, at the hips, at the side of the hips, as then the limbs of the trees would reach down, going through the elbow, wrist, shoulder, on each arm, in so quick of a just so quickly that Rui didn't even notice. But then he would notice the roots and limbs piercing through his skin. You really think this will stop me? And then Tanjiro quickly, wood breathing, third form, five leaf, maple slashes, slashing through the joints again. The limbs would just grow in size. So would the roots would of the tree would grow, would thicken as Tanjiro would slash at the shoulder, the knees, the elbows, everywhere he could, and then through the neck, but only reaching halfway until snap. His blade would break. Rui's threads would, Rui himself would just strike Tanjiro multiple times. His claws just slicing him, just shredding him, and then pow, with a punch straight to the face and one to the gut. This would send him flying. Blade still in hand, he would crash on the ground, looking into the sky, looking at, the only thing he could see, Nezuko. Well, out of his right eye is the only place he could see it. Then he would watch blood drop, land on the blade. Uh, okay. One last try, then. That's all I can give. I'll give everything. Save her. I'll go as fast as I can. No matter the cause, no matter the injury I may get, you'd stand slowly, and then boom! What? How are you? Moving. Wood breathing. Second form. Warping willow. Straight through the neck. This broken blade would go straight through. Tanjiro would fall to his knees, hands on the ground. Finally, finally. Laughing. Tanjiro would look to the side to see Rui's head back on his body. Did you really think you you would take me down? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You want to know how I did it? Because I'll tell you. As he would then grab Tanjiro by the face, lift him up off of the ground, as then he would say, I took my own head off before your blade could do it. Isn't that poetic? And then he would throw Tanjiro to the side with such force it would break his back. If he wasn't built like a freaking tree in the first place. Bro's body would fold against a tree, like wrap around it. You could hear cracking, but that would be the tree falling. The tree would break and crash. Tanjiro's body would just fold over the tree, this time like face down. There you are. Now you're mine. I hiccuped. The whole entire, I did not mean to make that noise. I hiccuped. I meant to go, now you're mine. He couldn't finish that sentence until he would see his own body fall. A man in a split Hiyori would arrive in just the nick of time. Nezuko's body would fall to the ground. She would heal herself to the best of her capabilities. And so, well, Gyu would notice this, recognizing the girl, watching her, watching her run over to the body of the boy that he saved that day. That boy's face would be mangled, so would his body. Gyu would rush over and start checking pulses, which Tanjiro would be alive. Tanjiro would grab him, set him down, face up. Hey, kid, you there? What? Tanjiro would wake up. Now, given he couldn't see Gyu because he can't see of it out of his left eye anymore, Um, so he would have to turn his head fully to the side and say, Mr. Tomioka, how have you been? When did you get here? Ah, who cares? I'm just happy to see you. I don't know if that's the lack of blood in my head saying that or not. Do you know why it went actually no, he would know that. He felt that. Never mind. Why am I acting like he's on like some type of no? Oh hi Nezuko. He would then see a glint in the trees. Tanjiro and well Giyu would notice. Tanjiro with a nick of time, he would push Nezuko backwards, like with one arm, like under through the legs, pushing away like backwards quickly in like a quick manner. Just boom. He would then yell, Nezuko, run! As then he would breathe heavy from using that like strength. That would be Kano. Kahuna? Is that how you say her name? Yeah, whatever. That girl. Following her would be Shinobu Kocho. You and well anyways, why are you stopping me? And I would appreciate if you would let me go now, Giyu. No, can't trust you. Oh yes you can. I'm not gonna hurt the girl. That was Karuno's job. I'm just here for the boy. That sounds wrong. Well, his eyeball is out of his head. Then Tanjiro's voice would pipe up. Actually, it's still in my head. I just can't see through it. Stop talking. Okay. Then time skip. Multiple hours later, Tanjiro would be woken up. Still unable to see out of his left eye. Well, now bandages would cover it in this moment. Um, he's covered in a haphazard way because he is like covered in multiple open wounds. Just like bandages just haphazardly just wrapped around it like his body tightly. Well, his clothes are just pushing against his like body. Like the cuts on his like upper body are like shallow, so they're not like very deep, so they won't do anything. They've honestly just at this point probably halfway calloused over or scabbed over from like the whatever. You get my point. So, but there are still bandages just haphazardly over his body, like on his legs, over his face, clearly over his arms. He would be woken up by a kakushi. The Demon Slayer's helpers, I believe, is what they are called. I believe they're called the kakushi. I'm just not sure on their actual name, so I'm going to call them like the Demon Slayer's helpers. One would be there holding him up. Good, you're with us. With us. Now, where am I? You're at the Demon Slayer HQ. Like, we have one of those? Yes. You didn't know? No, not at all. What we do? Anyways, um, Tanjiro would sniff the air, then he would turn around slowly, recognize the one lady's face, this being Shinobu, the person at the forest at the time, with Mr. Tomioka. He would not recognize any of their faces. The one-eyed guy in the tree is halfway scaring him. Um, that's a literal child. He's like my age. He's whatever. I don't think he can get that tall, but okay. Other lady, uh, in what is on that guy's head? Tanjiro then would look back at the Kakushi and say, um, who are they, if I may ask? Really? You don't know that about that either? What am I supposed to know about? Those are the Hashira. And then the title card would like for their names would like show them, right? Then the Kakushi would point over. I don't know why he's over there, but he is. Oh, hi, Mr. Tomioka. Gi would like slightly look over and then look back to where he was staring. Why isn't he over there with the others? I don't know. Okay. Then he would just kind of sit there listening to the people behind him, um, talking about executing him along with his sister. He would start to sweat. He would look at the Kakashi and say, "Are they actually trying to execute me? Oh, they probably will at some point. Why? What did I do? You carried around demon with you. That's my sister. I was trying to turn her back to you. Well, well, well. I guess our guest is awake." Everyone looked back, well, to the side to see the Wind Hashira, Sanemi Shinigazawa, with a blade in hand and, well, Tanjiro's box that he's carrying around also in hand. Is this your little friend? Well, I guess not no more. And then again, pushing the blade through the box at a different point, it would go through the other side. You do this two more times. And then he would say, next time's her neck. And then boom! Faster than anybody really could expect from a kid this young, he would zoom past. Just go as quickly as he could. And then boom! Straight to the face with a knee. And then boom! Cracking Sanemi in the face with his forehead, headbutting him, then reaching, like putting the box behind him with his foot, staring eye to eye with Sanemi. Everyone would be silent. And then Sanemi would just pop, pop, just two quick strikes. Boom, boom. This would send him flying. Tanjiro would end up flying across the courtyard, past all of the Hashira, Besides Gyu would catch him with an arm. Really? He's already injured, and plus, he's one of the main reasons Lower Six is out of the news. He would check on Tanjiro, who would going in and out of consci- consciousness. Hey, stay with us, okay? Gyu would then stand up, leaving Tanjiro laying there, walking over silently as he would pass Sanemi. I mean, not Sanemi. Shinobu would say, "Whoa, Gyu is actually showing emotion." Gyu would look pissed. Like he's not having a blank expression on his face right now. It's fully, well, a little bit more than he usually is. Like he's pissed. Okay, he's angry. He would pick up the box. Sonami's nose would be bleeding. His forehead would be slightly open in this moment. He would just walk past him. Sonami would rush up, grabbing him on the shoulder, saying, "Don't you dare walk away from me." Gyu would look back and just walk on. "Get back here, coward!" I'm gonna end it there. Okay. But yeah, the meeting would go on to finish same way, nearly the same way as in canon, but not really because of what happened just now. But yeah, it would mostly go the same. Like I said, that's where I'm gonna go ahead and end it. It's 5:17 for me, so yeah. I'm gonna record the Asta video tomorrow. Um, and I'm gonna hope this uploads. Yeah. Either way, hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening. And I'll see you all next time. Roll the dice. See ya.